witness they're not going to lick me. I'm going to live through this, and when it's all over, I'll never be hungry again. No, nor any of my folk. If I have to lie, steal, cheat, or kill, as God is my witness, I'll never be hungry again.
Vocês não fazem ideia o quanto eu adoro este filme. É simplesmente lindo. Logo no início do filme somos introduzidos à personagem principal, Scarlett O'Hara, interpretada pela Vivien Leigh, que agora é tipo um amor platónico, grande atriz, linda de morrer, ai. Mas continuando, somos apresentados à personagem e notamos que no Sul as pessoas querem a guerra civil, estão desejosas de ir combater com o Norte, e então é isso. A história vai andar à volta disso, dessa guerra e das consequências da mesma para com o Sul, que vai acabar por perder, não é?
It's time we made them understand we'll keep our slaves with or without their approval. It was the sovereign right of the state of Georgia to secede from the Union. That's right. The South must assert herself by force of arms. After we fired on the Yankee rascals at Fort Sumter, we've got to fight.
Gentlemen, if Georgia fights, I go with her. But like my father, I hope that the Yankees will let us leave the Union in peace.
But Ashley...
But Ashley, they've insulted us.
You can't mean you don't want war.
Most of the miseries of the world were caused by wars. And when the wars were over, no one ever knew what they were about.
Why, Ashley, if it wasn't
Pronto, este filósofo aqui que falou acerca da guerra vai ser uma personagem importante porque a Scarlett acha que está apaixonada por ele e então durante quase todo o filme ela vai tentar conquistá-lo.
You don't love Melanie.
She's like me, Scarlett. She's part of my blood and we understand each other.
But you love me.
How could I help loving you? You who have all the passion for life that I lack. But that kind of love isn't enough to make a successful marriage for two people who are as different as we are.
Why don't you say it, you coward? You're afraid to marry me. You'd rather live with that silly little fool who can't open her mouth except say yes, no, and raise a passel of mealy-mouthed brats just like her.
Depois somos apresentados à outra personagem principal, que é o Rhett Butler. Olhem só, tipo, que introdução, que boss!
Has the war started?
Sir, you should have made your presence known.
In the middle of that beautiful love scene? That wouldn't have been very tactful, would it? But don't worry. Your secret is safe with me.
Sir, you are no gentleman.
And you, miss, are no lady.
Oh.
But don't think that I hold that against you. Ladies have never held any charm for me.
First you take a low, common advantage of me. Then you insult me.
I meant it as a compliment. And I hope to see more of you when you're free of the spell of the elegant Mr. Wilkes. He doesn't strike me as half good enough for a girl of your... what was it? Your passion for living?
How dare you? You aren't fit to wipe his boot.
And you were going to hate him for the rest of your life.
Agora podem pensar que este triângulo amoroso vai ser assim choninhas, como aos filmes de hoje em dia, mas por acaso, apesar de eu não gostar deste tipo de coisa, tenho que admitir que neste filme está bem feito porque, bem, ao longo de 4 horas de duração, isto não é tipo um pouquinho da história. É importante, mas é só um pouquinho. E há muito tempo para elaborar as personagens, então todas as suas escolhas são justificadas e vocês percebem o porquê. Então, pronto, é fixe, eu gosto.
Pleasure to see you again. I met you last at my husband's home.
That's kind of you to remember, Mrs. Wilkes.
Did you meet Captain Butler at 12 Oaks, Scarlett?
Yes, I think so.
Only for a moment, Mrs. Hamilton. It was in the library. You, had broken something.
Yes, Captain Butler. I remember you.
Entretanto, a guerra civil rebenta e pronto, começamos efetivamente a sentir no que o filme se irá tornar. Gostava de realçar também que em 1939 era impossível ter coisas feitas a computador, não é? Então tudo o que veio no filme estava lá, foi gravado com pessoas verdadeiras, com adereços verdadeiros, tudo. Por exemplo, olhem só para isto quando os Yankees estão a invadir lá a terra. Esqueçam, para um filme de 1939, isto para mim é completamente espetacular. É lindo. Passado um pouco, ela chega a casa, não é? E é então que temos aquela cena que eu meti logo ao início, que para mim é das coisas mais lindas que o cinema já ofereceu. Eu adoro esta cena porque é o ponto de viragem na personagem dela, de menina inocente, a quem vai começar a pegar e vai manter a família ali sem passar fome, sem passar necessidades, e vai lutar imenso para conseguir o que quer. Eu gosto de personagens dessas, que começam ingênuas, fracas de espírito e acabam como sendo forçadas pela vida, não é? A serem algo mais. E é isso, não é? No fundo é isso que todos almejamos para nós próprios, assim, sei lá, essa evolução, não é?
As God is my witness, I'll never be hungry again.
Agora, vou salientar um ponto muito importante. Ao longo do filme, quando ela fica desmotivada, toda a gente à volta dela lhe diz que volta para casa, tens a tua casa, estás a ver? Terra, que é o nome lá da quinta dela. Tens sempre Terra, terás sempre tipo casa para onde voltar, estás a perceber? E isso será muito importante no fim do filme, porque pronto, será aquela motivação que ela tem de voltar a casa e de reerguer o que já tiveram, não é?
What is it? Money?
I want $300 to pay the taxes on Tara. Oh, Red, I did lie to you when I said everything was all right. Things are just as bad as they possibly could be. And you've got millions, Red.
What collateral are you offering?
Oh, my earbobs.
Not interested.
Mortgage on Tara.
What would I do with a farm?
You wouldn't lose. I'd pay you back out of next year's cotton.
Not good.
Pronto, ela começa então um negócio de madeiras e consegue os tais $300 sem recorrer ao RET para conseguir pagar os impostos e começa a ganhar bastante dinheiro. Até ao ponto em que o RET convence que ela já não precisa dele para ter dinheiro e então aceita, casam-se, mais assim por conveniência do que propriamente, pronto, para ele a ajudar porque ela agora não precisa, não é? Então ele convence que é sincero o amor dela, não é? Mas sabemos que ela está apaixonada pelo outro loirinho que não a quer.
Now that you've got your lumber mill and Frank's money, you won't come to me as you did to the jail. So I see I shall have to marry you.
I never heard of such bad taste.
Would you be more convinced if I fell to my knees?
Tell me, loose your vomit and get out of here.
Forgive me for startling you with the impetuosity of my sentiments, my dear Scarlett. I mean, my dear Mrs. Kennedy. But it cannot have escaped your notice that for some time past, the friendship I have felt for you has ripened into a deeper feeling. A feeling more beautiful, more pure, more sacred. Dare I name it? Can it be love?
Get up off your knees. I don't like your common jokes.
This is an honorable proposal of marriage, made at what I consider a most opportune moment. I can't go all my life waiting to catch you between husbands.
You're coarse and you're conceited. And I...
Say you're going to marry me. Say yes. Say yes.
Yes.
Are you sure you meant it? You don't want to take it back?
No.
Look at me and try to tell me the truth. Did you say yes because of my money?
Well, yes, partly.
Partly.
Well, you know, Red, money does help, and of course I'm fond of you.
Fond of me?
Well, if I said I was madly in love with you, you'd know I was lying. But you...
Então, como veem, isto é a receita para dar um casamento longo e feliz, não é? Nah. Entretanto, o Rhett e a Scarlett têm uma filha que acaba por falecer numa queda de cavalo, e então o dito amor que eles até aí conseguiram fingir deixa de existir, e então pronto, tem a fase mais complicada da vida deles, não é?
You thought I was here. You must need a drink badly.
I do not.
Take it. Don't give yourself airs. I know you drink on the quiet, and I know how much you drink. You think I care if you like your brandy?
You're drunk and I'm going to bed.
I'm very drunk, and I intend getting still drunker before the evening's over. Of course, the comic figure in all this is the long-suffering Mr. Wilkes. Mr. Wilkes, who can't be mentally faithful to his wife and won't be unfaithful to her technically. You know, I've always admired your spirit, my dear. Never more than now when you're cornered.
I'm not cornered. You'll never corner me, Red Butler, or frighten me. You've lived in dirt so long you can't understand anything else. And you're jealous of something you can't understand. Good night.
Jealous, am I? Yes, I suppose I am. Even though I know you've been faithful to me all along. How do I know? Because I know Ashley Wilkes and his honorable breed.
O ponto aqui é que nenhum dos dois é boa pessoa, ok? E acontece que quando duas más pessoas se juntam, pronto, tende a explodir, não é? E é o que acontece no clímax do filme.
This house won't seem the same without Bonnie. How's Miss Scarlett bearing her?
Miss Melly, this year's done broke her heart. But I didn't fetch you here on Miss Scarlett's account. What that child got to stand, the good Lord give us strength to stand. It's Mr. Red I was worried about. He done lost his mind these last couple of days.
Oh, no, Mammy, no.
I ain't never seen no man, black or white, sit store on any child. When Dr. Meade say her neck broke, Mr. Red grabbed his gun and run out there and shoot that poor pony. And for a minute, I think he going to shoot himself.
Oh, poor Captain Butler.
And yes, and Miss Scarlett, she called him a murderer for teaching that child to jump. She said, you give me my baby what you killed. And then he said, Miss Scarlett ain't never cared nothing about Miss Buckley. It like to turn my blood cold, the things they say to one another.
E por fim, temos o final do filme em que a Scarlett finalmente se apercebe que ama o Rhett. Estes anos todos ela amava, só que estava focada numa fantasia que nunca iria acontecer, e então tenta impedir que ele parta, não é? Que se separem.
No, you're wrong. Terribly wrong. I don't want a divorce. Oh, Red, when I knew tonight, when I knew I loved you, I ran home to tell you, oh, darling, darling.
Please don't go on with this. Leave us some dignity to remember out of our marriage. Spare us this last.
This last? Oh, Red, do listen to me. I must have loved you for years, only I was such a stupid fool I didn't know it. Please believe me. You must care. Melly said you did.
I believe you. And what about Ashley Wilkes?
I never really loved Ashley.
You certainly gave a good imitation of it up to this morning. You're through with everything here. I want peace. I want to see if somewhere there isn't something left in life of charm and grace. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No. I only know that I love you.
That's your misfortune.
Oh, Red, you go. Where shall I go? What shall I do?
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
What is there to do? What is there that matters?
You mean to tell me, Katie Scarlett O'Hara, that Tara doesn't mean anything to you? Well, that's the only thing that matters. It's the only thing that lasts.
Something you love better than me, though you may not know it. Tara. It's this from which you get your strength. The red earth of Tara.
Well, that's the only thing that matters. It's the only thing that lasts.
Something you love better than me, though you may not know it. Tara.
This from which you get your strength. The The red earth of Tara.
While land's the only thing that matters.
Something you love better than me.
The red earth of Tara.
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 Tara!
Home. I'll go home. And I'll think of some way to get him back. After all, tomorrow is another day.
E é isto, eu espero que tenham gostado. É um bocadinho fora do que eu costumo fazer, não é? Não é Sharknado, é efetivamente um dos filmes mais importantes da história do cinema e muito bom, que me leva sempre às lágrimas. Um dos meus favoritos, sem dúvida, lá no topo mesmo, o filme é espetacular. Pronto, talvez eu faça assim mais alguns vídeos de filmes mais clássicos, porque eu tenho andado a ver muitos e acho que é importante falarmos deles e do seu legado. Por isso, vamos ver. Entretanto, dia 19 de agosto sai 365 dias 3 e lá estaremos, porque, não é? Lá estaremos. Abraço a todos.